Hey everybody, welcome back to Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness. I am the Blues32 and we just listened to some good stand-up? Maybe?
The gnome was very odd and said very strange things. Yet Mr. Bones was very funny this time.
Yes.
And I enjoyed listening to him.
Oh, that's good.
There will be no more entertainment acts at this hotel. Understood? At least not until a new, funny entertainment arrives.
That's sad.
I think I am sorry to see the strange gnome leave. It was odd being able to laugh again, if only for just a moment.
Maybe one of those gentlemen over there would, learn to juggle. He could perform. Gentlemen.
You know, he wasn't such a bad person once you got to know him.
Yeah, except for that drooling problem, we'd welcome him in Moldavia if he ever came back.
I still wouldn't let him marry my daughter, though.
What is over there?
You don't have a daughter.
Well, that might constitute a major obstacle to marrying her.
Gentlemen, I was dangerously close to being amused this evening.
I'll tell you, I had a great time,
Laughed so hard I almost lost my lunch.
Now that was an evening of, thank goodness, rare entertainment.
I was okay. I laughed till I stopped.
Very good.
I'm telling you guys, it was boffo. I even got some of the jokes.
It's good to have my wit about me again.
I don't
Nothing
know
worse
why
than
they
someone
do
who
this.
can't take a joke or one that tries to tell one and can't. Before you helped me, when I told a joke, people always clapped their hands. Unfortunately, it was always over their ears. Now, whenever I tell a joke, I get carried away. So I'm leaving before they ride me out of town on a nail. A short joke there.
See, why did they just have him read it?
Did you hear the one about the dwarf who is so dumb, he always stops to think and then forgets to start again? Everything that's said to him goes in one ear and out the other. There's nothing there to block traffic.
Yeah, that's implied. You don't need to add that
I
part.
can tell dwarf jokes all day, mainly because there are none around to stop me.
Yeah, why is that?
In another minute, I'm gonna say my bye-bye and fly. I'm going south for the winter, down where the nights are balmy, and so am I.
Yeah, I didn't see
Heading
you.
for Silmaria, land of winter waterland, where there's no snow nor cold wind to blow. Up here, the winter is so cold, even the wind howls about it.
That's a shame.
Your voice is lost in the noise of the crowd.
We'll try again.
Your voice is lost in the...
I said.
You unlocked...
Well, it's so long, it's been nice to know you. I like you. I have no taste, but I like you. If you ever make it to Silmaria, look me up. I never forget a friend, especially if he owes me money.
Yeah, I do,
But
and I
seeing as
don't
how it's
find
me that
you.
owes you one, I'd better get while the going's good. See ya. Don't take any wooden kopecks. So, everyone, I'll leave you with this story. A man runs up to his doctor and says, "Doc, you gotta help me. I keep thinking I'm a goat." The doctor asked, "How long have you had this delusion?" The guy replied, "Ever since I was a kid." Bada-boom. That
Yeah.
just goes to show ya I'm one bad dude. It's been sheer pleasure here, but I'm gonna take it on the lamb and just bleed it. Be seeing you.
And I'm gonna get stuck with that Ann girl again.
In your sleep, you seem to hear voices.
Do you see him?
Yes, he is sleeping. Most likely in the inn, although it is
I can hear you, you know.
Vision enough to tell.
I do not understand why you did not just capture him in the first place. The charades you play are foolish.
Right.
Silence! To serve us, it will be for the best if he acts under his own free will. Why make an enemy out of a willing tool? Oh, But I forget.
Ah,
He is already
tools.
yours, anyway.
This is not someone to play games with, I say. If he finds out what is going on, he will never cooperate. Besides, you risk his death. Moldavia is a very dangerous place.
I think he is quite capable of taking care of himself.
Yeah, care of himself.
Besides, I have ways of making him cooperate. As you well know, I will use them only if I must.
Yeah, bring it on.
Voices
Gypsy.
fade off into oblivion. You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
Yay. Today's the day everything turns around.
It's sausage and peppers fried with garlic.
You gentlemen.
Look, he is safely locked away. We should wait a bit to see if the gravedigger shows up. Well, there you go. Igor's missing. That ties it. The little weasel never goes anywhere, for crying out loud.
Except for the graveyard, but you...
Yeah, except when he's with that wacko, crazy, cuckoo doctor.
Except when he goes
Why
to the
else
graveyard.
would that gypsy be so darn close to town? He got a taste for meat.
Except when he goes to the
It was a
graveyard.
full moon outside last night. I'm telling ya.
Yeah, somebody's going to jail. Justice must be served, even for that little gravedigger.
Justice? We don't even know if a crime has really been committed. Just relax. Go home or to the inn. The gypsy goes nowhere. We can decide what to do later.
But we...
Later. Go home.
Go home! I don't care enough to talk to you. I'm not going to dignify your persecutional delusions with questions. Never goes anywhere except to the graveyard, you know, where he works. Carving the tombstones is only part of the
You
job.
hear a monstrous groaning noise from beneath the fallen tombstone. Perhaps a horrible monster waits below.
Perhaps. Let's see, what works? I can't remember. Is it the open spell? Sure, that makes sense.
Igor saved! Kind stranger saved Igor! Good kind stranger! Igor happy grave, not Igor's grave!
Urgh. Glad to hear you're okay there, Yoda. He's looking a little less green than I remember.
Your magical lasso floats towards the tree and plucks a single ripe fruit from its branches.
Hooray. I has fruit. Yeah, it's been rough this week, for reasons I shan't disclose. But yeah, it's been rough. I haven't been able to record all week.
The werewolf threat has ended. Since you have found and rescued Igor, I have released our gypsy prisoner. It seems he was not a werewolf after all.
Alright,
All the peasant fears were for nothing.
you're jumping to conclusions there. Just because he didn't kill Igor doesn't mean he's not a werewolf. He might be. You don't know. He just didn't kill Igor.
You say hello to the Burgermeister.
You
Yo.
are a very polite person.
You tell...
I am beginning...
Aww.
The gypsy has no doubt returned home to his people. They have an encampment to the east.
Good to know.
I will be able to get a real night's sleep for once. I do not have to worry that the prisoner will be harmed or that he will escape now.
How do people playing this game take longer than a day to I don't... It should have been obvious where he went.
Again. They cried so loudly for blood because they are tired of living so long in the shadow of fear.
No one is going to take longer than a day, so that whole I can sleep soundly again? Yeah, you never had a prisoner before. You only had a prisoner for like an hour.
There is a rumor that perhaps I was mistaken in trying to drive you away from Mordavia.
Oh. Well, let's go get our... What? Isn't that what I did? Did I miss one? Or I don't know.
I have done it! The world shall not soon forget the genius of Dr. Cranium. The experiment is a success. Behold, Frankie!
It's a shame. Shame she
Is
doesn't,
I'm looking
you know, like,
forward to an exhilarating
stand up
series
or
of
something.
experiments with
No,
her.
she's just strapped to the table and that's it.
Ah, very nice, Frankie. I'm sure you will agree. Just as I planned. I believe she has all the assets necessary to become a premier scientific laboratory assistant.
So, is Igor out of a job in at least part-time?
You see,
Frankie has been helping to keep me company in your absence.
I don't want to know.
I am a genius! I shall be famous everywhere! There have been others who have worked on the reanimation of dead tissue, but no scientist has a Frankie like mine! Whoopee!
Yeah, you're really quite proud.
Science? Ha! You ask me about science? Just look at Frankie there and you will understand the purpose of science. It is to acquire the knowledge of the very nature of life itself and to create what those less informed would call miracles with that knowledge. Here you are. Here you are.
you asked Dr. Crean.
I didn't mean to do that. Ooh.
This poor, benighted, unscientific town used to be a thriving community. Lately, however, the birth rate has dropped and anyone careless enough to be caught out at night tends not to return.
You should really look into that.
The heavy rains of the last few years have also put a damper on the local economy. The only road out of the valley has become covered by an endless and impassable swamp. I have not received a single delivery of scientific equipment this year. It is terrible.
Why has this all happened this year? From the sounds of it, the Dark One's been there for a while.
Is she not a wonder? My Frankie, fully functional in every way. In fact, I imagine she could even, you know, no.
Right.
I am sorry. More importantly, I do not want anyone else taking credit for my results. Besides, Frankie is a little shy.
Right. Well, see ya.
I trust you will continue to do research throughout the forest.
Don't I always?
Do not be concerned if you should be unable to reach me during the next few days. Frankie
Which
and
is
I
something
shall
that
be
doesn't
engaged
happen.
in some very important and engrossing scientific research.
Ugh. She may be, like, quote-unquote, alive, but it's still rotting down there, man.
Igor, very glad not to still be in grave. Good to see you.
You tell Igor the townspeople were worried while he was gone.
people miss Igor? You tell Igor rumor? Igor now morgue happy than ever.
There are no morgues around here.
Morgue happy, get it? Little graveyard humor there.
You tell Igor how you figured out he was stuck in the grave.
Yeah, he
Lucky
was
for
moaning.
Igor, you persistent hero.
And he's the grave digger. So where the hell else would he go?
Igor not give crypt key to strangers. You not stranger. Igor give crypt key to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, reports of Igor's demise greatly exaggerated. Grave accident? Little graveyard humor there. That good one.
Thank you.
Like it. Igor carve headstone near grave. Igor fall in grave. Gravestone fall on grave. Igor not get out until you get him out of grave. Igor in grave danger. A little graveyard humor there.
Right.
Staff been in town long time. Dimitri's grandfather brought staff to town.
See, so the staff's been there for a while, which means that... What happened? Is it because, Katrina used one of the rituals? Is that it? Because... mouth ritual is never found in this game.
People say Doctor mad. Doctor not mad. Doctor just crazy.
Good to know.
Oh, people not like gypsies. People think gypsies steal things. People think gypsies eat people. People think gypsies not normal like Igor.
They probably do steal things. I mean, it's not like they get enough... They can get enough money just wandering around from place to place.
You say good. Igor nods cryptically.
I don't think he actually did that. He might have nodded, but I doubt it was cryptic. In any shape, manner, or form. Because, yeah, voice crack there. Because why would it? Why would he be being cryptic?
I just wanted to thank you for saving me. Not many people would try to help a gypsy. Particularly when everyone thinks that
Man,
they
your
are
mouth is huge.
werewolves. Gypsies are not werewolves.
Not to
You
mention your
cannot
chin.
believe the lies of the townsfolk.
The cartoonish
Visit our
nature of
camp
the
to
rest
the
of your
east
body just...
sometime, and we
Not the
will
cartoon.
welcome
Of
you
your
as
head
only
just does
the
not
gypsies
match the rest of
can.
your body.
Gypsies are not werewolves, but we
Stop
are
shining your eyes at me, it's
shape
weird.
changers. I hope to see you again sometime. Farewell!
Yeah. Oh. Yep.
The hungry hunting hawk.
Always good to see the little hawk. That means nobody's killed it yet. Well, assuming it's the same one every time, it might not be. I mean, what do I know? Oh.
Your weapon. You are near. A cute little bunny with big, sharp teeth hops through the woods.
So it does. Bring it. Push the wrong button. Well, that's what you get for running into my knife like that. Oh, it's a dagger, not a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Nope, no Simpsons reference.
Greetings and welcome to our camp. You are a stranger no longer.
Oh, thank you.
When you saved me from death, our lives became intertwined. Henceforth, you are to be known as a gypsy friend. Come now. I will take you to the leader of our camp.
Okay, fair enough. I have a very stiff walk. Duh.
So, you are the one my son spoke of. You saved his life.
That I did.
You also entered fearlessly into our den of wolves. You are a man of great courage.
Oh, you have no idea,
We
lady.
gypsies owe you for our Davy, and I believe we will owe you for things to come.
You have no idea on that one either.
Welcome. I am the fortune teller. I will teach you a spell.
Yay!
It will protect you against the dead that rise again. I think you will find this most useful in your questings.
I feel
Gypsy
that will be
fortune
the
teller
case.
touches your head briefly. Magic flows through you. Now you know the aura spell.
One of my
Now,
favorite spells.
Let us learn more.
Even
of
though it
you.
does piss
Why
all
have
in
you come here?
Quest for Glory
And
5, I
what do
guess.
you seek?
Well, my name?
Tell the gypsy.
We are.
It is a
Good to know. Tell about the
You tell her about
scary
the frightening
dream.
Dreams are messages. Such a message may be obscure or meaningful, depending upon the sender and the dreamer. The meaning of this dream may be clearer when you have had more of them.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I'll just thrust myself into that again. Ugh.
There are many legends about that ogress. We gypsies avoid her when we can. She is dangerous to enemies, and she takes offense easily.
That she does.
She has her hut to the south. There is some sort of magic hiding the pathway there. Her
Not particularly
only
powerful
weakness
magic.
is her love of food. Be careful if you need to approach her.
Lady, I have done this all before. I have dealt with her. I turned her into a frog. Did I mention that? I may not have mentioned that. I turned her into a frog.
I have been gifted by true sight and foreknowledge. These are gifts with knife edges. Oh, I have seen my own death and knew my true
Then they're
love
not really
just the day
gifts,
I
are
met him.
they?
Still, it is most useful. I will read your fortune in the cards, if you wish. You have only to cross my palm with silver.
Gold will have to
So
do.
much for the legends about werewolves, huh? Or at least a coin of value. But I warn you, no future is fixed. What the cards show of the future can happen, but only if you take the actions to create this future. And it is not easy to determine what those actions are, dear. Such is life.
Then how do you have true sight? You have vague sight. You have maybe sight.
This valley has always been a nexus of power. Magic is very strong here.
This is true.
My people for generations come here to renew and strengthen their ties to the mystical way.
It's kind of
My
become
dear,
corrupt
we
lately.
are not the only ones drawn by this power. The magician Irana created a magical refuge here. Others, more dark, were drawn here as well. Oh, be wary and watchful at all times here. The magic of this land has become twisted, and there are many dangers around you.
Oh.
There are many places and things of magic around here, and I am certain you will come across them in your travels.
Such as?
Irana was a powerful magician who came from this area. There is a garden in the forest which she created. Oh, it is such a place of safety for all who visit there. It is said
It's
that her
what her-
final resting place is near here as well.
That's probably
Her
not true.
staff stands in the town and protects those within the walls from outside harm.
Maybe it's where she's like a monument or something, but her body's probably not there.
There are some things about which even I dare not speak. Even thinking about such creatures attracts them. Let us hope that you never need know of such matters.
I came out of its mouth. I think I need to know a lot.
Creatures of the night, shapeshifters, skin changers. We are man or beast by our own will. To run on four legs, to howl at the moon.
Why?
To chase the terrified prey through the hills. This is what it is to be truly alive. Oh!
Or just have an
The
interesting
legend
time, I
of
suppose.
The werewolf is but a folk tale. We change our shape when we choose. Not
Why would you
because
howl at the
is in
moon,
some
though?
silly phase. We are the beast with the mind of a man, and a man with the mind of a beast. It is not normally our way to speak so freely to outsiders.
Oh, thank you.
So why do I say so much to you? Because you need to know we are not your enemies. You have too many questions that cannot be answered, and your ignorance may be your doom.
This is true.
There is much to you. Your actions to come will affect us all. Do not doubt it. Therefore, I will speak honestly and openly on what I can. Now, I can see by your eyes that our future is linked to you, for weal or woe.
Wheel. Still cracks me up.
We are the roving people, the
I can't see your face.
traders and tellers of fortunes. We are the dancers in the night and the music in the wilderness. We are the untamed ones who live only.
I realize now that for some reason these text boxes, which may have already be gone in the, does not come through in the video for some reason. It's very strange. I don't get it.
You may call me Madga.
What?
That is the name I go by with you gorgeous.
Gorgio is the word we call anyone who is not a gypsy.
Why did your voice change? It's creepy. Don't ever do that again. Even though I know that you will.
We gypsies are not werewolves. We
Have
are
you ever met one?
shifters.
I'm
We
sure
take
they
on
do
the
exist.
form of wolves for hunting. You can call me Davy. Names are very important. Davy is my name to outsiders. I also have a gypsy name and a true name.
You have 3 names.
True names are not given lightly.
Oh, what's your gypsy name then? Then I won't ask it of you.
We are roving traders. Our home is our wagon and campfire. We would have left this valley long ago if the flooding had not washed away the road and filled the mountain pass with swamp.
That would have been a great idea.
The road from the town used to lead to the pass to the southwest. That was the only way in and out of this valley. The swamp is an ill place, and we gypsies stay far from it.
Well, you should.
I was borrowing
See,
some
they
corn
do
from
steal.
the corn stalks outside the town when the burgomeister and some townsmen came from the gate. I moved behind the corn stalks to stay out of their way. They looked to be heading to the graveyard.
See, they didn't even bother.
Pointed at me
They
and
made it
shouted,
halfway.
and suddenly they all grabbed me.
Yeah.
I had no chance to run. I had no idea what was going on. I knew gypsies were disliked in the village, but I did not know we were so feared.
Yeah, they're a bunch of paranoid people, I'll tell you. Let's begin.
Now, you listen to the words of an old gypsy fortune teller.
Oh, don't talk about yourself that way.
You will initiate this reading of the cards. The shuffling and cutting, it tunes the cards to those vibrations which surround you.
Like the Flash.
You do not control the cards, nor do I. It is the cards which show what they choose to show. I will reveal to you the meanings of the cards. It is up to you to interpret how they affect you.
Yeah,
You may
I'll
reveal
never
the
understand how
first
these cards
card.
work. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
The first card is the significator. It is the symbol of the subject of the reading.
Which is me.
This card represents one of great skills and will. This is a person of great imagination and creativity, tempered by self-knowledge and control. This is the card of the Magus,
Or
card
magician.
of occult knowledge and power. Oh, this card clearly represents you, and therefore this reading is about you.
Oh, that's good.
The cards which surround the significator represent the influences which affect your current situation. This next card represents something from the distant past which is relevant to the here and now.
Well, let's have a look, I guess.
Turn over this card and reveal the influence of your past.
High Priestess.
This card is the High Priestess. It is inverted, which means the meanings too are turned upside down.
So it's a low priest?
The High Priestess is some woman of your past. She is a person of selfishness and passion. Someone who seems to be very powerful, but her knowledge is limited by her own conceit.
I have no idea who this is.
Turn over the next card to reveal more of this individual.
The Five of Coins?
The Four of Coins. Now that is the card of the miser. This woman of your past has power, but uses it selfishly. This is a person who cares only of her own needs and wants, and does not care what she does or how she influences others.
This sounds like Katrina, but she's not a person from my
is one
past.
who, as long as you satisfy her needs and vanity, will be willing to aid you, providing it does not require any amount of effort on her part. However, if you act against her, her vengeance will be swift and violent. This is not a person to disregard, and she plays an important
Is it
part
supposed to be
in
Baba
the events
Yaga?
around you. Reveal the next card. Something of the more recent past, which has consequences in the present.
The King of Coins.
This is the inverted King of Coins. This is an old and vicious man, someone who is willing to use any means to attain his desires. Someone who is dangerous and cannot be trusted or underestimated. Reveal the next card that we may learn more of this person.
Oh, the Devil.
The devil.
You have no idea,
This is
lady.
indeed an ill omen. This person is influenced by black magic, a man of power and dark desires. Yet the devil is a sign of bondage and subservience, and this person has faced unexpected failure of some sort.
You're reading a lot into that.
This is
It's
someone
one
of
card.
great evil, someone who cannot be trusted. This is one who will bear you ill will, yet is somehow prevented from harming you or gaining his revenge, for now. Should he gain his freedom, this man will seek to destroy all which stands between his goals and himself.
So everything.
Turn over the next card to reveal a surrounding influence. Ah, the Queen of Cups. A Again, there is a female influencing your present. This is a woman of wisdom and love. She is kind, generous, and virtuous.
That's nice.
Let us see what next the cards reveal of this person.
Something that I can't read.
The star. It is a symbol of hope and spiritual influence. Now, this is a woman in touch with her magical nature. She is gentle and loving, yet there is great strength within. This is a woman who generates hope and help through her actions.
Urana.
The next card reveals the overriding influence upon the future.
Queen of Swords.
Ah, the Queen of Swords. She is a woman of wit and skill, yet she has suffered through terrible hardship, and she is marked by her suffering. Oh, she faces her sorrows bravely, but with a deep, deep loneliness. The next card will tell us more about her.
The Moon.
The Moon. It is the card of deception. This woman is a deceiver, or is deceived by her own beliefs. This card also reveals the magical nature of the woman. This is the strength which sustains her. Oh, she is either surrounded by false friends or seeks to betray you herself. She is the victim or the villainess.
So
the final card will
that sounds
reveal
like
the
Katrina.
influence which will most affect you.
So I still don't get who the first one is. It has to be Baba Yaga, right?
The Void. About this card, I will not speak. I must meditate upon its meaning. This tableau shows the influences surrounding you.
I know.
These people will affect your life for weal or for woe.
Weal.
It is up to you to determine how and what effect they will have upon you. That is all that the cards
I don't think
and
that's
I
up
can
to
reveal
me.
at this time.
Maybe a little up to me. I mean, I can influence it slightly, but it's not...
Make what you will of your fortune. I will speak no more of it.
Okie dokie, bye.
You say goodbye.
Ah, you weary of talk? Good. You are a guest with us tonight. Let us join the others for food, drink, and dance, huh?
Let us boogie.
I hope you will enjoy the hospitality of my people.
You spend the evening in the joyful company of the gypsies.
What happened to the rest of the day?
The gypsies seem to have gone all out to make you welcome in their camp. You've eaten a rich, spicy stew with no garlic, with fresh bread and plenty to drink. Now it's time to relax and enjoy.
Party!
Come, is she not beautiful? Ah, why do you hesitate? Go, join in the dance!
I order you! Yep, that's joining in the dance, alright.
After hours of carousing with the gypsy wolves, you find yourself curling up into a comfortable position near the fire pit and sinking into a deep and dreamless sleep.
Let's save our game because I choose to.
This window looks into the kitchen area of the green wagon.
As opposed to what other area? It's a wagon.
It's not easy being green, but this wagon does its best. The owner of this wagon evidently couldn't make up his mind about which color to paint it, so he used two. It really looks very little like the toy red wagon you had when you were a kid. The gaudily painted blue wagon looks as though it belongs to a wise woman or fortune teller.
How do you come to this conclusion? Looks the same as everything else. Oh, I see, because the wheels are bigger.
Last night I had a most strange vision.
Lay it on me.
I saw you standing in the forest. You were not near any water, yet I thought you were fishing. You threw something into the air that looked like a bird, and yet not a bird. The bushes rustled, then started moving towards the strange yellow bird. That was all I saw. It was most strange.
Your dreams must be wacky.
Interesting.
Tell about
Ah, you tell strange stories, but I can sense that you speak true.
Slightly
You have
embellished, I'm
lived
sure.
the most exciting life. I do not think this valley will be the same when you leave.
If I leave. Your
I
visions.
have always had dreams and visions. Some of these are true events. Some are only what could be true. These visions
So you're like a
are,
Time Lord.
like most dreams, clouded in mists. Their meanings, too,
See,
are
all
very
it was,
shadowy.
all that is,
If
and
you
all
wish
that
to
would,
learn
all
of
that
your
could be.
future, allow me to look into the cards. You have only to give me a crown, and I will give you a reading, huh? I am the leader of this pack, and I wish I could lead them from this valley. I have had troubled dreams of late, and the game is getting scarce in this area.
Plenty of rabbits. Evil rabbits. I'm sure they're still edible.
Many are the kinds of the dead which do not rest. Some are harmless, some most helpful, but most are extremely dangerous. Some, like the Rusalki, are victims of crimes. Others, like the Wraiths, are the spirits of criminals who cannot rest.
Because they're
But
douches.
most powerful and fearsome of all are the Nosferatu, the
Because they're not...
vampires. The Rusalki are the spirits of drowned maidens. Some are the victims of accidents, and others
Whoopsie-doodles.
were the victims of murderers. They retain their physical bodies and try to
Boy,
drown
do they
all
ever.
who approach them. There is said to be a Rusalka in the lake to the east. I have heard tales that a Rusalka may be tamed through kindness, but I have never heard of anyone.
I should probably go
actually
talk to her
trying
at some
such a
point.
thing. Oh,
You know,
no.
again. She's gonna change voices again. It's gonna be weird.
A wraith is a spirit who cannot rest because of greed. They refuse to leave behind their possessions, and so haunt the sight of those objects.
If you travel by night, you sometimes can see a mound of rocks where no rocks were by daylight.
Buddy, I see
This
trees,
is the
rocks,
burial
all
mound
sorts of
of
things
a
that weren't
wraith.
there before.
Avoid it, for the wraith will try to draw their life from you if you get too close.
The Nosferatu.
Blood.
The undead, which feed upon the blood of living things. If a man
Is this your wife?
drained
She has a
unto
most
death
beautiful
by a
throat.
vampire, he will rise from his grave as a revenant, hungering for the taste of human flesh. If a vampire shares its own blood with its victim, the victim will rise from the grave as a slave of its vampire creator. It too will be a vampire, but it must obey the commands of its master, and cannot harm its master directly. Sometimes the sharer of vampire blood is not drained entirely by the master vampire. Thus, he can continue to live until struck down by a natural death. Then he will rise from
I
his
wouldn't quite
grave.
say it was a natural death. Something.
The old rulers of this land, the boyars of the castle, were the Borgov family. They ruled this land for as long as my people remember.
How long do your people
the
remember?
last boyar was a strange man, so it is said. What became of him, I do not know. Only that the son left the valley in shame and horror. When we heard rumors that Borgov Castle was again inhabited, we brought our wagons to Mordavia. We thought perhaps the old boyar's son had returned, and we could trade with him again. We met with the gatekeeper, who said that the Borgov family was dead. Oh, the castle was now owned by a distant cousin who promised to protect this valley as a true boyar.
Yeah, that hasn't happened.
So we did some trading with the gatekeeper, but never saw signs of this Borgov cousin. Soon after this, the rain started to fall, and we were trapped here.
It's about time to end this video, but should I do one last reading, or... let's do one more reading.
The cards have again been shuffled and cut.
They look from one piece to me.
Now the subject of this reading.
Okie dokie. Out of East.
This reading is of the ill-omened man, and now we shall learn.
In case you're wondering, yeah, this is exactly the same as last time, I think.
The next card,
except you know,
shall show
the nature of my own card. Yeah, that's definitely Katrina.
Interesting. Sometime in the past, this man has met the mystery lady of your present. He may have been betrayed by her.
Nope.
Or perhaps he is the betrayer of the lady. The next
he tried.
card shall reveal her
Didn't work.
influence. The magician. The woman of mystery has magic also. One is the teacher of the other.
Yep.
The order of the cards suggests it is the woman who was the master, and the man her apprentice.
Something that infuriated him to no end.
The events you face now, obviously, began in the dark past. Let us learn now of the more recent ones.
Okie dokie. Mwah!
Aha, this is your own influence upon the man. It seems you were as important to his history as he was to your own. Now, let us see the manner in which you affected him.
Let's see it. Death. 'Cause I killed his ass.
Death, the card of transformation. You are the agent of this man's failure and loss. You altered his life irrevocably. Even if you destroyed him, my dear, he still influences the present. That the cards chose to reveal information about him shows that he is again a player in the game of your life.
Yay.
What next can we learn of this one, huh?
The Eight of Swords.
In the present, the Eight of Swords. This is the card of conflict and domination. The last card which crossed this man was also a symbol of bondage. He is somehow a prisoner or an unwilling accomplice of another.
Yeah.
Let us see if the cards will explain further this relationship.
Five of... What?
This is the card of conflict and struggle. This man does not take his bondage lightly.
No.
Now, let's see what the cards show of his hopes and desires.
The Chariot.
The Chariot represents triumph and vengeance. There is a strong need to gain control of the situation, of his life.
Well, that's a reasonable thing.
Escape, but escape is clearly not enough. Let us see in what way he may triumph.
The Devil.
Oh, this time the devil is inverted. The meanings may differ, but this is a card that bodes no good whichever way it lies.
Being the devil and all.
Your man clearly seeks release, but with that freedom, he will also seek revenge. Whatever or whoever binds him now cannot contain him forever.
'Cause he's a
He
dick.
will seek his revenge, and you will need to be wary. You will face him again in a struggle to the death.
Which I will win.
Now let us reveal the card that rules
Even though I
over
don't
the
remember
past
how.
and the present. Oh, the dark card of the void. The influence of the Dark One overshadows all. No more shall be revealed, nor shall things be spoken at this time. The cards have spoken.
She says, but then
The
proceeds
reading
to
is
speak some
done.
more.
The cards have spoken, and that is all I will say about them now. If you wish to learn more, come another time.
Well, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
You say goodbye.
May the wind be in your face and the hunting good.
Why does everybody have such weird ways to say goodbye around here? So yeah, that'll do for this video. I am the Blues 32. This is Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.